Hello everyone, this is Mr. Steelix your girl, here with another VGC beginner guide featuring Lunala. Lunala is a psychic ghost type Pokemon with a great balance of offense and defense. Between its solid defensive typing and powerful ability, Lunala can make for a massive threat that can snowball out of control with use of setup moves like Meteor Beam or Calm Mind, while also being able to support the team through moves like Trick Room or Wide Guard. First, let's dive into the general breakdown of Lunala and what makes it unique. Lunala has a stat pool of 680, which is split by 137 HP, 113 physical attack, 89 defense, 137 special attack, 107 special defense, and 97 speed. Lunala also has a pretty good defensive typing that pairs well with its natural bulk, which gives it 2 resistances and 2 immunities. But its Achilles heel is the 2 quad weaknesses that it has in both Ghost and Dark types, which can potentially one-hit knock out Lunala even through its powerful signature ability, Shadow Shield. Shadow Shield reduces the damage inflicted on this Pokemon by 50% when Lunala is at full health. While this sounds very similar to Multiscale or Terra Shell, Shadow Shield has a unique secondary effect which makes it not affected by moves or abilities that would ignore Shadow Shield, such as Mold Breaker, the attack Sunsteel Strike, or even Lunala's own signature attack, Moongeist Beam. Moongeist Beam is a 100 base power ghost type special attack with 5 power points. Moongeist Beam also has a secondary effect which states that this move can be used on the target regardless of its ability. For example, Moongeist Beam's damage will not be reduced when attacking a Pokemon with Multiscale at full health. Now that we've got some context on Lunala, let's move on to some theoretical builds, common teammates, and how to use it. The first build focuses on immediate offensive pressure with use of Power Herb and Meteor Beam, while still leaning into its naturally large HP stat. This build opts for 3 offensive moves to cover its own weaknesses by use of Moonblast and Moongeist Beam, but also has the option to utilize Trick Room in the face of Tailwind heavy teams or to counter opposing hard Trick Room setters. Expanding Force is also a valid option to run over one of your non-Meteor Beam attacks if you have an ally like Indeedee Female on your team to set Psychic Terrain. The second build prioritizes more of a snowball ideology by utilizing Calm Mind and Leftovers. For this build, I opted for the same EV spread as the first, but instead of 3 attacking moves, we are now narrowed down to just Moongeist Beam and Moonblast for coverage. This set has a sit and wait mentality as you try to buy a turn or two in order to stack the special defense and special attack stats while using Calm Mind. This build also allows you to protect cycle in order to gain health back with the hope that you can re-establish Shadow Shield to provide more durability when in battle. Powerful teammates for both builds include Incineroar for Intimidate and Fake Out, or as a defensive pivot to shield Lunala from scary Ghost or Dark moves, Urshifu Rapid or Single Strike in order to counter opposing Dark and Steel types, and Rillaboom to give even more passive healing with grassy terrain, which greatly benefits the Calm Mind and Leftovers set. For both builds, I went with the hybrid offensive and defensive Fairy Terra. This Terra type nullifies Lunala's daunting weakness to Dark and gives an offensive stab boost to Moonblast at the same time. This allows for Shadow Shield to be used to greater effect and enables Lunala to operate safely on turn 1 even when facing down opposing Ghost or Dark types. Normal Terra is also viable to focus more on Lunala's Ghost type weakness. Meta Pokemon that pose a serious threat to Lunala and should be considered when team building include Incineroar, Shadow Rider Calyrex, Fluttermane, Chi-Yu, Ting-Lu, Urshifu Single Strike, Galarian Moltres, and King Gambit. These Pokemon are all common and potent Dark, Steel, or Ghost types that can immediately deliver one-hit knockouts on Lunala before terastallization. However, Lunala does have many 50-50 matchups into these Pokemon depending on the current board state and your current build for Lunala. In official VGC tournaments, Lunala has had an amazing career since its inception. This is no different in Scarlet and Violet, as it had 4 top 200 placements at the 2024 Honolulu World Championship. In my opinion, Lunala is an incredible choice and can be built in so many different ways to complement a plethora of different teams. Whether that is by using supporting moves such as Trick Room or Wide Guard, going for a quick damage boost with use of Power Herb and Meteor Beam, or snowballing out of control by abusing its large pool of bulk to safely set Calm Mind. Whatever you decide fits your playstyle, style, you really can't go wrong using Lunala in the Scarlet and Violet VGC meta. This concludes our VGC beginner guide focused on Lunala. If there's any Pokemon you'd like to see covered next, please comment below. If you liked what you watched, feel free to drop a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. It helps out a lot. As always, thank you for watching.